they're present in this Seattle offense.
From the 35, they begin with a pass play and a threaded needle over the middle for a first down to Jaxon Smith-Njigba.
Departure of Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf now with the Steelers. Jaxon Smith-Njigba, he's going to become the prominent target, the go-to guy.
More than 50% of the receiving yards from last year gone. They're having to replace more than any offense. Darnold floats one. Smith-Njigba's loose.
And in the slot, it's just a little wheel route. Look, he sells like he's going to the flat and then turns it up the sideline. Against some of these soft 2-minute type shell defenses.
And now throw over the middle. Smith-Njigba.
Now they can go fast. They'll take a timeout. You see McDonald, he raced down the sideline. So they tried it with the handoff. That put him in second and reasonable. But look how deep these safeties are. There's so much space in the middle of the field.
3rd and 4 for the Seahawks as Darnold works out of an empty set. 4-man rush. So he's got time, but tight windows. He's got an open tight end in the flats. Across his body, finds a man. Smith-Njigba for a first down. And trying to make up for it. Last chance for the Seahawks. Darnold lets it rip, and Smith-Njigba, who's had a big day, gets 11. With a minute 13, 2nd and 10. Darnold, one-on-one, Smith-Njigba! They went back to Smith-Njigba, and he beat Green. 41 yards to the 14.
The go-to guy all day has been Smith-Njigba. Watch, he sells the out, up, and just that double move. Ball's put on the money. And
already Pittsburgh's loading up the line and bringing pressure against Darnold, who rifles over the middle and connects with Jaxon Smith-Njigba, who lost the ball. Ramsey couldn't squeeze it. It was grabbed by Pittsburgh, but it's ruled down by contact at the 46. So from the 48, Seattle takes over with Darnold. On the move and downfield, he connects with Jaxon Smith-Njigba. Seattle avoids disaster on 3rd down. Now play action. Shot downfield. Smith-Njigba's got it against Ramsey. Down to the 10-yard line. And a beautiful touch throw by Darnold.
2nd down and 10. Pressure coming. Darnold in trouble and still on his feet. Now moving, and he's got a man. Smith-Njigba at the 30. And Smith-Njigba shoved out by Alontae Taylor.
Wow. Jason, this is a great example by number 11, Jaxon Smith-Njigba, seeing that his quarterback is in trouble and then going into their scramble drill. And what does he do? He doesn't come up short. He takes it deeper and runs past the defender. Excellent job by Sam Darnold getting out of trouble back there.
Torrey Horton goes in motion on 1st down and 10. A play fake. Darnold on the move. Darnold throws, and he's got a man. Touchdown! Jaxon Smith-Njigba. His first touchdown of the season.
This offense and what it's able to do, and this is old school Gary Kubiak going boot to your left side right there for Sam Darnold and able to get his shoulders around and hit Jaxon Smith-Njigba.
And they were playing and coaching the Saints.
Darnold deep on 1st down. Smith-Njigba reels it in. There is a flag back at the line of scrimmage.
Darnold deep downfield and reaching back is Smith-Njigba. 36 yards.
What's better, the throw or the stutter and go? What a route by Jaxon Smith-Njigba, able to run away from Max Melton.
Darnold to the sideline, caught and getting out of bounds. Smith-Njigba, but they say no.
It'll be a 30-second timeout. It's a battle of former Ohio State wide receivers trying to make big plays to win the game. Jaxon Smith-Njigba, much like his former teammate, back shoulder fade.
The play action pass to Cooper Kupp that went down the field. You've got to have a run game in order to get that play action pass going.
They got to get inside the 24, 3rd and 16. Quick slant down to the 25. And Smith-Njigba on the move, and Charbonnet will remain with a line drive. Caught, touchdown! Working on Vildor.
Great combination route here. Smith-Njigba's to the outside. He's just running a skinny post. Kupp to the inside, runs a flat. Receiver to the inside, even inside of that. is clearing out.
We mentioned this back in the first half, the NFL Offensive Rookie of the Month. Darnold 1st and 10 here on the other side. Smith-Njigba from last season, if you can believe that, to this. 2nd down 2. Fake to Walker. Look at the time. Going deep, and he's got him. Smith-Njigba. What a catch. Beating Winfield. Oh, what a beauty. 52 yards. 1st and 10. Clock is ticking. Blocked by Walker. Darnold whacked as he throws. Caught. Smith-Njigba. He's all over the place.
So Walker's available there, Trayvon Walker, but just hasn't been very active as Darnold sets to throw. And floating one down the middle. And Smith-Njigba has it. Touchdown Seahawks.
It's one of those when you can't use your hands, you've got that much space right there. And Njigba gets on the toes of the DB and just says, see you later. I'm faster than you. And Sam Darnold throwing a dime.
Darnold straight drop, floating one, and toward the sideline at the 45. Jaxon, Smith-Njigba, and yes, he kept his feet in, hoping to cross midfield for the first time, trailing 6-0. Fake to Charbonnet, stepping up is Darnold, and Sam floats one open is Smith-Njigba, and he will glide to about the 21-yard line of Jacksonville. 2nd and 7. Caught at midfield and sliding is Jaxon Smith-Njigba of the division. Playing well on the road as they have under Mike McDonald. That pass he is caught. Jaxon Smith-Njigba, he's worked that sideline so well. Tied for most of the league with Buffalo coming in. Has not been the case today. Haven't been able to run it, so Darnold's throwing it and completing it to the man we just showed you the highlights of, and he's going to keep adding. Jaxon Smith-Njigba with a big first.
Had a chance there. Now they have to recover from the penalty. You go down 2 scores. The way the offense is playing in this environment could be trouble. And right for the end zone and scoring and dunking is Jaxon Smith-Njigba. Flags down afterward for the celebration, but Darnold strikes to JSN.
We're going to watch Cooper Kupp go on an inside post. Petrie's going to follow. Look at Sam Darnold. Freeze it at the top. I mean, he's going to have chaos right there. Look at, he is getting destroyed. And just a trust throw to JSN. Look how JSN uses his body just to kind of float in the air.
I think you're so stressed out about trying to defend
I am. That's like 20-something years ago, man. Scars. I still have
you have PTSD this morning at our meeting. Darnold, 2nd and 21. Smith-Njigba just almost broke that. He picked up 15, but he wanted more that time. Defenses, neither side has converted a 3rd down yet. Both are 0 for 4. Darnold delivers a throw to the sidelines, and there is the first 3rd down conversion. Jaxon Smith-Njigba found some room there, picked up 19. It's been hard to stop tonight. It's the deep back. They fake it to him. Darnold looking to throw across the middle and drops a dime to Smith-Njigba in stride. What a throw to convert on 4th down.
Look at that stab inside, gets Lassiter to release inside, and just, I mean, that's wide open in the NFL. 3 feet of separation.
The development of Jaxon Smith-Njigba.
That's so good.
Defense right back out there. Darnold dropped it to Smith-Njigba. What a throw. No. What a play.
Position. It's just, he touches the ball. Sam can't throw a better ball than that.
He's always open, man.
Can't throw a better ball than that. He just barely misses it.
Darnold out quickly. Slant. Look out. Smith-Njigba darts free. Almost broke it. Anderson stopped the touch.
Torrey Horton make that first catch. That's big.
Both teams thin at receiver tonight. This is the star receiver for Seattle. Jaxon Smith-Njigba takes the run for the first down. For UCLA Bruin, Michigan Wolverine. Smith-Njigba again to the 47-yard line. Backup DB who's there with his mouth open like, come on, go get that. He did. Darnold 6 for 6 on the opening drive. Stays perfect. Smith-Njigba out of bounds. Right around the 4. No gain, leaves it 3rd and 5. Washington needs a play. Darnold finds it. First down, Smith-Njigba. And on the move after the catch to the 39. It would enter the chat with a national TV game like this. He stays perfect. Smith-Njigba to the 44-yard line, gain of 20 against Pete Carroll's team. 2nd and 3. Darnold throwing sideline. Smith-Njigba's got it.
Breadbasket, and what a smoking start to this game by Sam Darnold.
Okay, he might be down inbounds there. Terry McCauley, bring our rules analyst in. What does that mean?
He is down in bounds. They'll reverse that. That means it goes to a running clock, so Seattle can use their last timeout.
Walker the back, opening drive, 1st and 10. They began back at the 35. The fake to Walker, who offers a block. And then going deep and looking inside the court. Smith-Njigba with the grab. What a catch. 43-yard touchdown strike. Working on Thompson.
Well, just got through talking about play action pass. Timed up perfectly with this call. Getting one-on-one on the outside. Because of the pressure that was brought by Arizona, that leaves them in man coverage. Able to take advantage of it as Smith-Njigba.
It's 2nd down and 7 for Sam Darnold. With play action on the fake to Walker and chased on the play by Sweat, and downfield it goes. And it's on the play action, Darnold, and caught by Jaxon Smith-Njigba.
Defensive minds in the league, they've got their work cut out for them today.
Play action on 1st down. Darnold comes back and finds Smith-Njigba. His 2nd catch. He's got 13.
Want a team to throw the ball as well as Seattle has, that you should allow them to do it.
Quickly outside, Smith-Njigba. Stiff arm to get through Durant. Tiptoes the sideline, and Jaxon Smith-Njigba.
You draft a young offensive lineman like Zabel, because he's about as good as a young lineman we've seen in years.
Here's the fade. Looking downfield for Smith-Njigba, who plucked it with one hand. JSN.
And he's on this Seahawks team. Not a lot of stats this year, but really a great asset that they've brought in.
Darnold with time, going up top for Jaxon Smith-Njigba. Drops it in the bucket, and he will backpedal for a touchdown. What a throw. What a catch. 6 on the board from 63 out.
He gets on top of Amani Hooker so quickly, so you've got JSN going up against a safety. That's what you want. You're done. You're in trouble right there. He's on top of you, and a really good throw, and really well played. I like the way the hand is up a little bit.
On 2nd down, there's Jaxon Smith-Njigba again, and a 1st down.
That's impressive. That's good blocking up front.
Here's Darnold on 1st down. Jaxon Smith-Njigba dancing from the 30-yard line, and a stiff arm out of bounds at the 25.
And clean up some of our pre-snap issues.
Yeah, 0 for 2 in the red zone. Now 1 for 6 the last game and a half for Seattle. Darnold on 1st down. Flushed, finds Smith-Njigba. Another big play. Jaxon Smith-Njigba still on his feet and finally out of bounds at the 20-yard line of Tennessee.
And now getting back to some of those explosive pass plays.
On 2nd and 4, play action. Darnold to the end zone. Smith-Njigba with his 2nd touchdown of the day. 13 yards, and Seattle storms down the field to grab 6 out of the locker room.
Yeah, just watch the route. So he's going to win inside. Then he's going to bend outside to give him some space from the safety before he comes back. And just really...
2nd down and 10 from the 22. Here's Smith-Njigba. There's the record. DK Metcalf, move over.
A lot of hard lessons being learned here by the young quarterback.
In the hands of Smith-Njigba, runs by Rodgers, makes a move on Smith, and rumbles to the 43. Van Ginkel tracks him down.
Pressure coming on Darnold, finds Jaxon Smith-Njigba, turns the corner, 1st down. The ball pops out of bounds, and if it went out shy of the 1st down, that's where it stays. Off the play fake. Darnold with time. Open. Jaxon Smith-Njigba. They find him for a big gain out of bounds near the 26-yard line of Atlanta in this 2nd half. 2nd and 11. Darnold over the middle. Jaxon Smith-Njigba on the run. Breaks a tackle. He'll take it all the way in for a Seattle touchdown.
press outside, back up. There's the little stumble you talked about. Xavier Watts, 31, terrible angle. Terrible angle coming down from the safety spot.
Darnold on third down. Pressure comes to the end zone. It's Jaxon Smith-Njigba for the second time today with a touchdown.
Okay, our offense is back. Watch Sam Darnold on this. Drops back, waiting, pockets collapsing, straight up the middle, no jump pass, eyes downfield, tight throw to Jaxon Smith-Njigba for the touchdown.
Darnold has time, and he's got Smith-Njigba at the 45, and out of bounds around midfield. Third down and 3. Darnold over the middle, he's got Smith-Njigba. Smith-Njigba inside the 20 and out of bounds. They needed a big play, and they go to their star wide receiver for 28 yards. Rivers watching as Darnold operates the Seattle offense. Play action. Darnold steps up, throws on the run, and he's got a man. Smith-Njigba breaks free. Smith-Njigba down the sideline and pushed out of bounds by Bynum. The Colts could not get Smith-Njigba to the ground, and he makes them pay for 39 yards.
Even though he was a young receiver at that time.
It's you, the old Buckeye. What about you? Want to bring Chris Carter's name in there? Second down and 15. Pass is caught. Oh, you knew that sooner or later he had to grab one, and he does.
He's lucky that one picked after that tip ball.
Second and 10. Again, a short drop pass caught. Smith-Njigba takes that to the 44-yard line.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's incredible. And he was the next Johnny Unitas for 3 years. That pass is caught. Smith-Njigba is taken down at the 38-yard line. From the 39-yard line. Play action. Scramble. Throwing along the sideline. Smith-Njigba, did he make it inbound? The officials look at each other, and he does. Darnold, play fake, looks, throws, caught! Smith-Njigba. Now comes the drama.
Here's the touchdown, Al. What a job by Darnold with a nice play fake and a good job of separating by JSN. No receptions in the first half, all 96 yards and a touchdown in the second half.
Getting close to field goal range here for Seattle to try to make this a two-score game. They crowd the line. Darnold lets it fly, makes the connection with Smith-Njigba. They convert inside the 30. Line it up at the 30. Single setback Walker. Fake the handoff, bootleg for Darnold. Looking downfield, Darnold perfectly placed Smith-Njigba.
Clay is the offensive coordinator for Kyle Shanahan. Second and 9. Jaxon Smith-Njigba. Good fastball out of the right hand of Sam Darnold. First down. Low snap. Darnold. Jaxon Smith-Njigba. Nice move. Broken tackle, and another still going down the sideline, but they're going to say he stepped out at the 37. Here's play action from Sam Darnold, who has time and fits it perfectly into Jaxon Smith-Njigba. Good throw. 19 yards on 3rd and 17. Here's Jaxon Smith-Njigba. What an adjustment. Up to grab that pass on a throw that was a little behind him.
He is done putting together this roster.
Second down and 9. To the sideline. Jaxon Smith-Njigba.
Second and goal. Fake. Darnold. Looking. Firing. End zone. It is caught. Touchdown. Jaxon Smith-Njigba.
Leading receiver this year. What a throw by Darnold on the run. Only where he could put it in front of Luter. Those ones are pretty easy to complete and a decisive read for Darnold.
Get a quick pass outside and a good move out there by Smith-Njigba. And all of a sudden Seattle is down inside the 10. Third and short. George Halani checks into the game in the backfield, subbing for Charbonnet. Fake it to him.
Darnold rolling, looking, throwing. Oh, did he keep it in bounds? He did! Come on! Smith-Njigba, just terrific.
Watch him coming from the other side of the field. They boot to the left, and Darnold puts it just out there. And kind of a two ball. There's a tiny bit of arc. You can see it over space. And when he's got that vision and he feels like there's kind of a yard or two of space, the concentration he has, and he hasn't dropped many balls this year, but he's got the...
That ultimately led to the University of Michigan back and now thriving in the NFC Championship game.
Here's Darnold, pressure now, throws it. Smith-Njigba's got the catch up in midfield. Four-man rush. Darnold, near side. Good strong catch there by Jaxon Smith-Njigba. Pressure. Darnold launching deep. Going down there. It's caught! And hanging on is Smith-Njigba.
Yeah, all about the route. Gets the safety turned around. When they run, if they're speeding up or stopping, their shoulder planes will rise or fall. He maintains the same shoulder plane when he runs his route. It's really hard for any defensive back to get a beat on what he's doing.
Darnold looking at him again. Some pressure though. Hit as he throws. Man open. Guess who? Smith-Njigba. Touchdown Seattle.
Enough time in pass protection. Smith-Njigba in the backfield. They get enough time for him to kind of stand in the pocket. Wait for that to develop. He comes out. Cooper Kupp takes the underneath part of the coverage. And I just don't.
Four-man rush. Darnold protected. Throws. Rifles to Smith-Njigba again. That's Jaxon Smith-Njigba in motion. They're going to throw it to him as you said. Gets a block and a good one. Smith-Njigba down to the 20.
Very heavy in his own right. Takes a lot of kind of pride in his blocking.
3:05 left. Darnold on the play pass. Flushed out of the pocket, throws on the run. Man open, Jaxon Smith-Njigba. He is out of bounds, but it's a first down.
Darnold first down throw here on the swag. Jaxon Smith-Njigba. First time in space. That's his 8th target, but only 2nd catch of the game.